Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby. Oh, Lord.
Improbable.
Unbelievable.
Impossible.
Magic Giddey. Good day, mate. Somewhere in Australia, Sydney, or Melbourne, Paul Hogan and somebody in Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, NBA Straya, how are you going? How you going? You right? You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, Josh Giddey hit a game winner today, and it's Friday. So TGIF, am I right? That's right. Get a few tins up here. It is Friday, March 28, from henceforth now known as Giddy Up Day in Australia, I reckon. That was awesome. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. We're talking Josh Giddey's first ever game winner. We're talking playoff seedings and jostling in today's games. We're going to wrap those very quickly. We've got some awards to give away, of course. We've got some We've got the Unpopular Opinion of the Day. We've got Outback Takehouse. We're serving up a Flame Girl take. There's an Andrew Goes Grey Mamba Award. There's Australian Player Watch, and there's game previews for the entire weekend. But mostly, it's going to be me yelling about how much I love that Josh Giddey shot. That was just bloody sick. What a game. What an ending. It was chaos. I can't wait to talk about it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1234. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. How cool is that? Hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. NBA Straya, you beauty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Mitch Creek. This is Nick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
Wow, you better watch out for the second time in about a week. The Giddey attack if you're Luka Doncic. Holy Lord. Oh, yeah, just the Josh Giddey attack if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll talk about this game. Oh, my God, it was awesome. But let's start very quickly with the daily... Oh, is it a whip around? Is it, Jim? Yes, it is. Only a little bit of news today. Adam Silver fronted the press, covered a bunch of stuff. They understand that the All-Star weekend was a bit of a miss, he reckons. They won't do the mini tournament again in 2026. We're not there in terms of creating an all-star experience that we can be proud of and our players can be proud of. Should we? Are you guys ready? Ring a ding 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 ding. Oh no! Great doers of history. Holy crap! Who could have seen this coming except for, I don't know, fucking everybody? That's right. The All-Star game was such a fucking dog's breakfast. As soon as they announced this, you might remember your old mate Jim getting on a little bit of a soapbox and going, "That's fucked. What are you doing? Don't do that. You can still change it. There's plenty of time." And they still fucked it. Didn't matter how they managed to dress it up. It was still a giant turd sandwich, right? So that was fucking stupid. And at least they've acknowledged that it was fucking dumb. Interestingly, though, because the All-Star game goes to NBC next year with the entirety of the NBA, etc., with the rights. So... the weird thing is, the All-Star break will happen during the Olympic coverage on NBC, which would be for the Winter Olympics. So, it's going to be an afternoon game, which is a bit strange, out there in California, because they're going to be doing it from the Intuit Dome. And, I mean, it sort of just sets up very nicely for Adam Silver to finally just go, "All right, James, we're going to give you low six figures." It might be mid six figures at this point because they keep fucking shit up and they don't ask me for my opinion. "Jim, we need you to be our vice president of common fucking sense." I'll be like, "All right, here is my number." And Adam Silver will be like, "Okay, James, there you go." They need it more than ever. The All-Star game, I still think is easily fixed. We'll get to that, when it rolls back around, but it's currently completely fucked, obviously. Anyway, they also talked about NBA Europe. Watch out, this is a fascinating one because Adam Silver and the FIBA Secretary General, Andreas Zaklis, had a joint news conference basically going, hey, fuck the EuroLeague. We're creating NBA Europe and it's going to be gnarly, which is smart. I'll talk about this again later in year nars, but it'll be a 16-team league with 12 teams permanent, right? And then 4 teams that can sort of win in and out, which is, similar, I guess, to the EuroLeague-ish kind of setup. But essentially, it's currently being thrown out there as a sort of open invitation to partners, etc., out in Europe. And I reckon this is a great idea because it's weird that they haven't done it already. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about this a little bit more later. And then finally, they were hitting on like lottery stuff. Adam Silver's like, we've already flattened the odds. We can't flatten them anymore. It's like, yes, you can. You can just make it equal, you idiot. That'd completely get rid of tanking. But the point being, what else? They had betting stuff, tanking stuff. And the weird and awesome one for me, of course, is expansion. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's because I'm a Seattle Supersonics fan, isn't it? And I'm still fucking just shitty about 2008 when the Thunder stole my fucking team and they've not had another, team come back into the NBA. So apparently NBA is digesting the Boston sale. So the $6.1 billion sale of the Boston Celtics before expansion and before sort of contemplating it. They were sort of due to announce stuff about it this year. And then the Celtics sale has sort of thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works. But as they sort of figure that out, there's also the regional sports networks in the States, i.e. your local broadcaster, essentially, that plays your local team's games on the telly. They're sort of like, they're all just going fucking bankrupt because there's just no money in traditional media. Money in the podcast game, just saying. We'll broadcast them. Anyway. And then they're basically figuring out the regional sports network stuff, digesting the Boston sale, and then just fucking announce that we're going to expand. We're going to go to Vegas and we're going to bring back Jim's Sonics. That's all I ask. Other little bits and bobs before we get into the game wraps. Gary Payton II, a.k.a. The Mitten, tore a ligament in his thumb. He's out for at least a week at the moment. Pretty bad timing for the Warriors. Obviously, Steph's trying to get back for tomorrow's game. We'll see what happens there. But losing GP2, The Mitten, is a tough one because the Warriors' defense has been like their calling card and part of their sort of resurgence along with Jimmy Butler. And he's a big part of that, so a bit of a tough one. Jordan Jeremy Clarkson is out for the rest of the season for the Yaz. It's a soft J. He has plantar fasciitis in his left foot. Hey, I can relate. My heel's still fucked, but the anti-inflammatories and the painkillers have kicked in pretty nicely over the last day and a half, so your mate Jim's feeling a little bit better. And the last one, the Lakers converted Jordan Goodwin from a two-way contract to a standard two-way NBA, big boy contract. They had to waive Cam Reddish. Wow. Cam Reddish, unplayable compared to Jordan Goodwin, apparently, to make the roster spot actually happen. So, see you, Cam Reddish. Right, though. Let's get into it. Some game wraps from today. Game wraps. We had some awesome games today. It was sick. Dallas beat Orlando in a bit of a rock fight, 101-92. Big win for Dallas because you might remember me banging on about how they're rooted. Anthony Davis was okay. Well, he came back. He played. He wasn't that great, but they are now back up into the 10 seed in the play-in spot because of that win, because the Suns didn't play today and the Suns lost their last game. So, big win for Dallas. Orlando, bit of a rough one with the Hawks also losing. Orlando losing is just a kick in the dick because that keeps them in the 8th spot. Whereas if they had been able to pull off the win, they would have jumped ahead into the 7th seed. So that's what this is all about from here on out. It's just playoff jostling. So San Antonio gave Cleveland a bit of a scare, but they stabilized late. Donnie Mitchell was really good. 124-116. It was basically tied up, and then they just sort of like, get out of here. And San Antonio went, okay. Indy put up 162 points on the Washington Generals. You can't call them the Wizards. You're a wizard, Harry. No, you're a Washington General, Harry, because you're shithouse. Franchise record, 162 points. They hit 27 threes. The record-breaking one was made by our very own Johnny Tins Furphy. Love that. 48 assists. Halliburton had 29. and 6 with 1 turnover. This is the third highest game in Pacers history, their highest NBA scoring game. They topped 170 twice in the ABA. And 162 is the 9th highest total in NBA history without it being an overtime game. It's the highest since 2008. That's insane. So yeah, Washington, horrible. Atlanta, Miami, fun game, 112-122. The Hawks defense outside of Dyson Daniels is just so bad though. Miami were like, this was a big turnaround. They were getting their teeth kicked in, made some adjustments, and Atlanta just fell apart. It's a big win for Miami as well. It sort of gives them a bit of a sniff because with the Hawks and Magic also losing in 7 and 8, the Bulls and the Heat are only like 1.5, 2.5 games back of 7-8 as well. So they're still pushing. Good win for Miami. Tyler Hero was fantastic. Awesome stuff there. Memphis OKC. This game was crazy. 125-104. The Thunder win it. But this game was tied at 99-99. Yeah, so they scored 5 points to 26. That's a 26. There was another 15-0 run. They just keep ripping these off to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But I was watching this. It was like 99-99. Then you turn around, it's like 102-122. It was absurd. The Thunder are so good. It's stupid. Houston, look, they were kept honest by Utah. Win at 121-110. A lot of rock'em, sock'em, block'em, jock'em, Landau with Steven Adams sitting out. So that was kind of good. Houston still stay in the 2 spot. Utah are a train wreck. The Memphis one was a bit interesting as well because they lose. With that loss, they were very, very lucky. The Lakers also lost this next game because it kept them in equal with 4-5, the Lakers-Memphis Grizzlies. So, interesting. And then, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers 117 at the Chicago Bulls. 119 because of one Josh Moptop Mamba Giddey. Holy shit, what a game. 9 points, 12 seconds. Fuck you, Reggie Miller. That was incredible. Josh Giddey just gives him the old 1-2 Costa Zoo. He had a horrible airballed floater earlier in the game, but steals the inbounds off an awesome made 3, kicks it back out. They get another 3, and then play some horrible defense, BT Dubs. Austin Reeves gets a go-ahead bucket. There's 3 seconds left. Josh Giddey inbounds it, gets the ball back, goes, oh, God, I'm going to have to shoot this. Launches from the logo past half court, 47 feet, 15 meters in the, non-brain dead measurements. That's right. Bang! It goes in. Absolute chaos reigns in Chicago. Josh Giddey's first ever career game winner. Incredible stuff. And we've got a couple of other stats about this later, but it was absolutely amazing. He had a triple-double already. It was an amazing game by Gids. Kobe White, Patch Williams hitting threes at the back end of that game as well. Vooch hitting a big 3 at one point as well. It was just such a crazy comeback. They were down 18 in the fourth quarter, the Bulls. The cardiac Bulls, they're unbelievable. Did you like that one? Unbelievable? Yeah, not bad. They were still down 5 with 12 seconds left and they win. That's right, 9 points in 12 seconds. Fuck you, Reggie Miller. That was awesome. Giddy up! What a game winner. And I don't know if you're like me, I was watching this game. I literally screamed. I'm like, my poor neighbors. The vibe around this of everybody losing their shit, Giddey being the one to hit the game winner. What a fucking difference 12 months makes. This is a fucking poor kid who's been booed for fucking who knows what. It's a bunch of spurious bullshit. And all he's done in March is averaged basically a fucking 22, 10, and 10. Well, 23, 9, and 9 basically. But holy shit, he's turned it around. He's absolutely crushing it. Now he's hitting game winners and sending fucking Luka and LeBron home winless against the Bulls this year. That is absolutely fucking awesome. And we'll talk about it again in a second. And then finally, Portland came up very short against Sacramento, who just ran right over the top of them. Fires a laser! 128-107. Good win for the Kangs, who, despite Duop being absolutely unreal in this game, they got 29 out of Zach LaVine, 22 from the Souvlaki King with 19 rebounds. And really, it just sort of helps them in the pursuit of happiness, a.k.a. staying in the 9 spot ahead of Dallas. They're a half game up on the Mavs in the 9 spot in the West. So good job by the Kangs, I guess. Right, let's do an NBA Straya approved performance of the night. No prizes for guessing who this one might go to.
That's not that nice. That's a knife.
Oh, well, Tyler Hero had 36 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander dropped 37 points in 34 minutes. It's his 25th 35-point game this year. No one else has more than 17. But come on, Josh fucking Giddey. Josh Giddey's 47-foot buzzer beater out at half court, beyond half court, from like the left ear of the bull on that decal. But absolutely insane. It caps 9 points in 12 seconds. They get the win. He finishes with 25 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists and 2 steal shoots, 8 of 19 from the floor, 4 of 9 from downtown, 5 of 9 at the free throw line. But what a sequence it was, because he had a horrible, horrible airballed floater over the top of LeBron that he just left short, right? He was he was just, oh God, LeBron's going to block this. I'm going to have to throw it up higher, and it just dropped short. And then he gets the steal on an inbounds later, which was absolutely fucking remarkable. Off LeBron, just fucking knocks the inbounds, got it, kicks it out to his mate. And then the three that he hits from half court, absolute chaos. Absolutely amazing. Josh Giddey just became the first ever player to have a triple-double and a walk-off game winner against the Lakers ever. In the history of the NBA, no one's had a triple-double and a walk-off game winner against the Lakers. 25 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, game-winning 3. And that's the longest, like quite literally, in terms of length, the longest game winner in Chicago Bulls history. Michael Jordan never did that. Scottie Pippen never did it. Tony Kukoc, Ben Gordon, Derrick Rose. Whapang! I love this. This is sick. The longest game-winning shot in Chicago Bulls history is going to our man, Josh Giddey. Giddy up, the Moptop Mamba. Where is this game going to?
This is going straight to the pool room.
You better bloody giddy up! So good. What a game. I've watched that replay so many times. He just... the gooseneck at the end of it, it was beautiful. The call by Stacey King, kissing fingers emoji, absolutely unreal. Who is Spud of the night though, Jim?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. We had a few Spuds, a couple of veterans actually involved in the spudding it up today. A bit of a strange one for your man's Desmond Bain, who played 32 minutes and had 1 of 12 shooting, as the Thunder absolutely smoke-marated Memphis in the end. 1 of 12. He went 1 of 9 from 3. He had 6 assists and I think 3 turnovers as well. Just a weird game. He had Fred VanVleet of the Fighting Van Vliets go 1 of 10. Yeesh. He had Chris Paul go 2 of 10. Pretty crazy gear. Anthony Davis, as I mentioned, bit of a strange game for him. He returns. He goes 5 of 19 with 7 rebounds in his 29 minutes. And you had Darius Rucker, Judy Garland go 4 of 15 as well. The really sad one for me, I think, is that we got no one actually shooting the magic number today. Isn't that just like, come on, man? Like, throw your mate Jim a bit of a bone there, bro. Come on, help us out. No doing. Anyway, there you go. But it was pretty strange that we had so many vets just go, bit of a rough shooting night tonight, I guess. See how it goes. The 5 of 19 for Anthony Davis. Look, the Mavs, they shouldn't have been massive underdogs in Orlando. That was a good win. Who was old mate no mates though today?
Old mate no mates.
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 Now, who's got no mates today? Kendrick Perkins. I love this because he says he's a block LeBron phone number. It's like, oh yeah, did you Kendrick? Kendrick Perkins has blocked LeBron's phone number. How many times do you reckon LeBron has called Perk ever? Like, I'm going to over-under 1.5. I'm probably going to take the under. Right? Not only that, and this is like, we're warming up to dickhead of the week. Perkins is also like, I don't like that little crook Steve Nash as his podcast partner after J.J. Redick. Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye, Phil Handy, Draymond. So I think Kendrick Perkins is trying to say that LeBron James is racist for having Steve Nash as his podcast partner. Perk, you fucking moron. Pantsing of the night. Giddey stealing the inbounds from LeBron, setting up the game-winning shot at the end and then hitting the game winner, just absolute panting, all-time level. There is the incredible photo of him shooting it, and it's like in the background, it's like Luka, and in the foreground, it's LeBron and Josh Giddey. Wha-bang. That is a pantsing. Who is better than Bronny James?
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Austin Reeves was really, really good, but I want to do like the Ricky Ponting meme. It's like, 31-3 did Austin Reeves. He hit the potential game winner. Oh, yeah, but he's out now, isn't he? Basically. Thanks, punter. 22 points and 5 or 6 from 3 as well for Jaden Hardy. Both better than Ben Simmons, Bronny James, and Lonzo Ball. Pretty crazy gear. And Kobe White is on an absolute tear. How about Duop Reith as well? He could be better than Bronny James. 17-5. He was absolutely awesome today. Right, but how about everybody's favorite? Oh, you love this, don't you? It's the Magic Tweet of the Week. Reminds me of a pass I made back in the day against Utah. The Joker's passing and ability to score anywhere on the basketball court makes him the best player in the NBA along with Giannis. Thanks, Magic. It's the awesome, like, whoop-bang pass behind the head pass from Jokic from yesterday, which is absolutely insane. But Magic then saying it makes him the best player in the NBA along with Giannis. It's just so good. So good. I love it so much. Thank you, Magic. Finally, Dickhead of the Week.
Dickhead of the Week.
I mean, it's horrible. There's no other way to put it.
This is horrible. There's no other way to put it.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
The Stephen A. Smith LeBron thing is fucking weird. Like, it's just fucking weird. And I fucking hate, and this goes for Kane Corns in the AFL, it goes for a bunch of like the journos in Australia and in America, but I hate when the media end up talking about their relationship with the sport that they're covering as though it's part of the sport they're covering. Like, Stephen A. Smith has gotten 2 weeks out of this fucking vague confrontation where LeBron's like, hey, don't talk about my fucking kid, you idiot. And he has just gotten literally content, hours upon hours upon hours of content out of this. And then LeBron's like, this fucking idiot's at home, jacking off in his fucking tidy whities on his couch, just every time I say his name. And Stephen A's just like, oh my God, he talked about me again. I'm famous. It's like, yes, for all the fucking wrong reasons. Because you're a loudmouth dipshit. Gee, I don't know who that could be either, but at the same time, look, then Stephen A. Smith has the gall to be like, if that man would have put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. It's like, yeah, and you know what would have then happened, Stephen A.? He would have fucking ripped your head off. You dumb motherfucker. I hate this shit. It's the Kane Cornsification in the AFL is happening as well. It's the Stephen A. Smith thing. When you become bigger than the game in your mind, it's fucked. We should be talking about the basketball, not you fucking having a beef with like LeBron. It's fucked. It's so stupid, and I hate it so much. And the Stephen A. thing, just literally just going on about fucking ragging on him not being at Kobe's funeral, which he was. Like fucking throwing D-Wade under the bus, he reckons. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, Stephen A. You know what? I get it's the doldrums of fucking the end of March, but we've got playoff races to break down. Who's going to make it? How are the matchups? Nah, not going to talk about that, are you? Fucking idiots. All right. Let's do some yeah-nahs right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Giddey.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening
Straya.
to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right. Let's do it. Got some yeah-nahs. Very quickly, NBA Europe. Yeah, nah? What do you reckon? I want to hear from folks about how they vibe on this, because I fucking love it. I simply just love the idea of the NBA going, hang on, there's like a lot of stuff going on over here. And what we can do is monetize this, bring in ownership, maybe build some new stadiums. It becomes an economic stimulus for us as the league and maybe over there as well. And also the way they did it about like rather than sort of like doing all the backroom dealings and just sort of leaving it a bit of open slather. I fucking love that because it means like they can go to teams like the really big ones in who already have like awesome brand recognition in Europe, right? You think about Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Like you look at some of those massive teams in like Greece and Turkey and just all the way around, like what in France. Like you just think about the sheer potential of having NBA Europe as its own sort of standalone league where the quality is really, really fucking good, as we all know it is in the Euro League. But them just going, right, we're going to add a sheen of professionalism to this, a setup where it makes even more sense. So other folks from around the world can sort of lob in and go, aha, that's my team in Europe. I fucking love it. Because at the moment, the Euro League, the way it's set up, it is so fucking hodgepodge. And this is why FIBA and the Euro League hate each other. I think the simple idea of like having like a really basic, 16 team setup where 12 are permanent members, 4 sort of win their way into it, right? Is awesome. You think about the 12 awesomest cities in like, or teams across Europe, you can't tell me that you wouldn't go on a holiday and be like, fuck yeah, we're going to go to like 5 basketball NBA Europe games, go see some quality hoops, go to some awesome cities and have a fucking great time. I love it. I love the idea of NBA Europe. Because you think about, I mean, it just also gives you sort of that sort of feeder system as well of like really good young talent over there, or maybe some other veterans trying to get back into the NBA. I mean, it's probably not great for the NBL overall, but at the same time, I welcome all competition. I think it makes everybody better. I fucking love the idea of NBA Europe. Anyway, Dan D. Yeah, nah, the Weet-Bix kid just added an extra $5 million a year with that one shot. Yeah, nah, Josh Giddey, yeah. This run that he's been on is one of the all-time great contract runs as well. Because I feel like it probably started around the 20, 25 mil a year, got up to maybe the 30. We're probably baseline 35 mil a year now with Josh Giddey, the Moptop Mamba. And you could probably talk me into more. He's 22. He's an absolute weapon. He's a walking triple-double. Like, he's younger than, what did I say, 15 of the top 100 prospects in this fucking draft. It's insane. Same age. Anyway, we had a good one from Anthony G as well. Yeah, nah, 28th of March should henceforth be known as Josh Giddey Day for all Aussie NBA fans. Fuck that. I think it should just be Australia Day. Dad, why is Australia Day March 28th? Oh, well, Josh Giddey fucking hit a game-winning half-court 3 over LeBron James and the Lakers in 2025. Yeah. The kid would be like, fucking, that's sick, Dad. It's like, yes. Yes, it is. New Australia Day, sorted. If we're not going to go May 8, March 28, I also am happy with. Love that. Let's see if there's any other messages that have come through that I haven't seen. Thanks for all the yeah-nahs, and also the pick is cold. Yeah, I love that one from Matty O. Thank you to Dan D for that awesome one, the Weet-Bix kid, though. He also added, I'm not still over Melbourne United choking Greg Norman style. Yeah, tell you what. Anyway, yeah, and thanks for all the messages about the foot and stuff. It's like been very fucking nice. It's like, yeah, it's been fucked. Quite literally. So, like, I remember if you've been listening for a while, you know, like throat surgery a couple of years ago, I had surgery on the roof of my mouth at the start of last year. And like the pain that I had in my foot the last, 4 days? Or maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, was the worst I'd ever experienced. It was fucked. It was so bad. But yeah, now the antis and the painkillers have sort of done their job. It's not just so fucking constant. It's like still very ginger. Hey, because I've got red hair. But yeah. Anyway, Unpopular Opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
It kind of goes into a bit of an Outback Takehouse as well. So we'll just go straight in, shall we? It's Friday at Outback, and you know what that means? Oh yeah, 4 for 1 icy cold TGIF oil drum cans full of icy cold Foster's Lager. That's right, the cans are as big as your fucking head. And they're bloody good too. And they're only at Outback. And today's Flame Grilled take is... Josh Giddey is well on his way to being our best NBA player ever from Australia. All he's going to do is win a title, 3-time NBA All-Star, and off he goes. Just let the man play. You've seen it. And I reckon if you kept the ball in his hands by the end of next year, he'll be a top 20 player in the NBA and will start giving all NBA a bit of a shake. Only at Outback. I mean, prove me wrong. Fuck, he's been good. It's insane. All right, quick break, then the Australian Player Watch right after Hammer.
This is Shane Heel, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, Australian Player Watch, let's do it. Josh Giddey, as mentioned, awesome triple-double against the Lakers. Don't know if you heard about that one. 25 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. So, the thing is, he also goes 4 of 9 from 3. And this is sort of the key aspect of a lot of this, is that if the three-point shooting sort of stays there and continues to just be really super-duper solid, like, that was the one, they left him open actually late in that game as well, and he missed the 3. They were down 10. Oh, they might have been down 10, maybe more than 10. And it would have knocked it down to a 10-point game, I think. And he missed the 3. And you're like, oh, fuck, that's the open 3 we want to see you hit, Josh. And then, of course, he hits a fucking game-winning half-court shot. It's insane. But for March, he's averaging 22, 9, and 9. He's shooting 40% from 3 as well. Now, you might remember he shot 53% from 3 in February. He shot 36.7% from 3 in January after shooting 22% from 3 in December. 29 back in November. So he's gotten better and better and better as the year has gone on. And it's like, oh, it's not a hot streak. He's fucking shooting the piss out of it. He's getting good looks. He's shooting over 50% for the last 2 months from the floor. It's awesome. So, I'm just saying, our man's top 20 All-NBA. Let's go. Well, top 20 in the NBA. Start pushing for All-NBA selection. He had 8 of 19 shooting in that game today. 4 of 9 from downtown. 5 of 9 from the free throw line. 2 steals as well, including that awesome one at the end. Dyson Daniels in the loss to Miami. He had 9 points. He shot 4 of 10. 1 of 4 from downtown. He had 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals for the man of steel, and 1 block. Johnny Furphy, old Johnny Froths. He got out there in the 162-109 win over Washington for 8 minutes. He hit the record-breaking 3 for the franchise. He had 3 points. He went 1 of 1 from downtown. He had 2 rebounds as well. Absolutely crushed it. Rock 'em, sock 'em, block 'em, jock 'em, Jock Landale, the Rooster. 121-110 win over Utah. He got 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Very nice for Jock, filling in as an injured Steven Adams sat out. 5 of 7 from the floor, 0 of 1 from downtown. And do-up, bop, do-up, shibba-dop. Do-up Reef, the Great Barrier Reef, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. He went 5 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 7 from 3, and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Great game from Do-up. Whereas Aussie Matty T had 6 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 rebounds, and shot 2 of 7, 1 of 5 from downtown as well. Great stuff from all the Aussies today. Should be a cracking weekend ahead. All right, let's do a quick Andrew Gaze Graham Mamba Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence.
Andrew Gaze Grey Mamba.
Outstanding achievement here.
All right. This is one I wanted to use yesterday, but we had a bunch to throw in there yesterday. Nikola Jokic. He just became the 4th player in NBA history to put up 30-plus triple-doubles in a single season. It's that big one he had the other day, 39, 10, and 10. Absolutely remarkable year. And his 30th of the season. So he joins Oscar Robertson, Wilt Chamberlain, and his teammate, Russell Westbrook, who's done it a bunch. So that's very, very, very cool. And I love that for Yoka. All right. Weave's also sent in a yeah, nah at the very end. Josh Giddey's accent is weird. Yeah, nah. Well, yeah, my accent was fucking weird living over there as well. Because you're almost... One of the weird things about having an accent in America is you are quite literally trying to make yourself understood a lot of the time. Right? And once you're there all the time, it's like people you work with or people you're trying to like ordered drinks from, speaking to waiters or waitresses, just speaking to people on the phone. They're just like, I'm sorry, sir, I don't understand. And you're like, fucking hell. So you end up like tweaking your accent to sort of fit in with theirs so it makes it easy on their ears. So yeah, Gids is just a bit of a mix of like living in fucking Oklahoma, surrounded by nothing but Americans. In Chicago, the same sort of thing. It's like if you have like a really, really just like Jingles is fine. He's got his family around him all the time as well. He and Renee. And well, not around them all the time, I guess, considering that they've been in Orlando. But you think about Bogut, sort of kept his. There was still like a weird lilt to his a lot of the time. Patty's is still very cool as well, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's interesting. It's sort of like, how young are you? How often have you been in the States? How are you living while you're over there? Who are you surrounding yourself with? So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Anyway, let's do a Patty Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. And this one rocks because it's Patty Mills. And you might remember the run club that he was starting from the pub, the Old Mates Pub. Community is built by doing something together that makes belonging matter. And it's him leading the run club from Old Mates Pub down there in New York across to the pier. Just a nice little 5K run. It's a great little video, so go check it out on the old IG. Love that, Patty. Love that. Right, let's do some game previews for the weekend. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Oh, look, on the up, which is what matters. It has been a shit 3-4 days, I'll tell you. But anyway, surviving if not thriving. Remember, you can follow along all the picks every single day of this NBA season over at Dabble. Just find NBA Straya. You can use the code NBA Straya if you're signing up. Use the link in the show description here or in the socials as well, our Facey IG story or on Twitter. They're all right there. Click through using that link. Use the code NBA Straya when you sign up. Find us. Track all these picks as well. I think we went 3 of 6 today. Portland sort of ended up sinking us, but we nailed the Dallas pick. Nailed Chicago. What else did we have? We nailed Miami as well. Thought that'd be a nice bank. Actually, no, we must have gone 4 for 6. Yeah, we nailed Dallas. We missed out on Cleveland, nailed Indy, nailed Miami, nailed Chicago, nailed OKC. Missed out on Houston by 1 point. Missed out on Portland. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 8. Yeah, that's good. Hell yeah. What was I saying? It was 6. It was 8 games. Anyway, 5 of 8. You'll take that every day of the week. Tomorrow we've got Cleveland visiting Detroit, which is a fascinating game. Cleveland on a back-to-back. You know, used a bit of energy today to get by San Antonio. They are 6.5 point favorites in Detroit. I might take Detroit plus 6.5. I think Cleveland win this one, but it's a bit of a close one. It's a really fun game, though. The Pistons are feisty. You know why they're feisty? Because they're the fucking 5 seed. Clippers go to Brooklyn. They should kill the Nets. They are 12.5 point favorites are the Clippers. We will take LA. James Harden revenge tour starts here. Charlotte, Toronto. This is a weird one too. This is a 6.5 point line in favor of Toronto at home, which I will take. Two teams sort of trying to out-tank each other, but Charlotte are horrible, and Toronto are basically probably going to win this almost despite themselves. The Knicks visit Milwaukee. Weird game. It's a 1.5 point line. We don't know who's going to be playing. I'll probably take the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns has been fantastic the last little while. Brook Lopez was awesome the other day as well, but I'll go the Knicks. I just trust them a little bit more. They're a little bit deeper. Phoenix, Minnesota. Another really fun game. KD up against the team he's probably going to get traded to this offseason. Don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to find out. I'm going to go Phoenix plus 6.5. Minnesota, just find them really hard to trust. Phoenix as well, but I'll take the points. Golden State, New Orleans. The Warriors are 12.5 point favorites in New Orleans. The Pelicans are just all over the shop at the moment. I might take the Pelicans, though, just because the Warriors on the road again. They got their heads kicked in by Miami. Maybe Zion plays, maybe he doesn't. Probably not, but either way, I'll take the Pels plus 12.5 at home. And then Utah, Denver. That's a 17.5 point line. Utah are on a back-to-back in Denver. I feel like the Nuggets can just sort of run right over the top of them on a back-to-back. Then, Sunday, we have Sacramento, Orlando. I'm going to take the Magic at home in that one. It's going to be a weird game, though, won't it? Tough one, I reckon. Brooklyn at Washington. I'll take the Nets on a back-to-back. I mean, Washington just gave up 162 points. You can't in good conscience take them the rest of the season. Miami at Philly, I'll take the Heat. The Sixers are a train wreck. Dallas, Chicago. I'm not going against this awesome, unbelievable Bulls team. Lakers, Memphis. Weird one. I might take the Lakers in Memphis. They've had a couple of weird games of the Lakers. The Grizzlies, without Ja. If Ja's not playing, he's dealing with his calf strain. I'll still take the Lakers. Indy OKC, awesome game this one. I'll take the Thunder, though, at home. They're just so good. They just don't miss a beat. Boston at San Antonio. We'll take the Celtics in that one. And then, finally, Monday, starting at 6:30 in the morning, we're at the Clippers, Cleveland. That is a great game. If you're going to wake up early for your Monday morning, 6:30 start, Clippers, Cleveland. We'll take the Cavs in that one. And then we've got Portland at the Knicks. I'll go the Knickerbockers at home. Atlanta, Milwaukee. Fascinating game. Something's off with the Bucks. I'm going to take the Hawks. Minnesota host Detroit. That's a tricky one. Minnesota at home, I think they just get the job done. If Detroit were hosting them, I think I'd take the Pistons, but we'll go the Wolves at home. New Orleans, Charlotte. We'll go the Pelicans at home again in their nice little homestand. Golden State, San Antonio. A bit of a Chris Paul revenge game. I just don't think they've got enough horses. We'll go with the Warriors. Toronto at Philly. The Raptors are just better than Philly. The Sixers have got no dudes. Trying to kick the crap out of them this week. And then Houston, Phoenix. A bit of a Charles Barkley bowl. Yeah, I love those Barkley pinstripe Houston jerseys. I've actually got the old champion. There you go. The 34 Suns. You can't get that. I bought that a bit of a knockoff. It's awesome. Anyway, Houston, Phoenix. I'll take the Rockets. In Phoenix, I think their defense is just a little bit too good. But there you go. That's the weekend. How good was Josh Giddey? That was insane. What a way to end the week. It's been an incredible week. I was so happy that the Josh Giddey game when it went in just made my week just sort of finish on a much higher note than I probably expected it to. So that was really good. So the cool thing is, obviously, we're all over the socials, so get around that. Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Jump in the comments, say g'day. Send in any DMs for nars, etc. Or just say g'day, whatever. Check out NFL Australia as well. Plenty going on there. Gaz and I will be doing an off-season show very, very soon. Chuck us a rating review for both those shows in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, whatever app you use on your Android phone. Rate, review, star, subscribe, comment, leave anything. Just say g'day, whatever. Just help a brother out. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. They rule. So do House Hats, Joshua Delarentis, Fascinated, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sextra, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. So smash them on Apple Music, Spotify, however you follow and listen to your bands, do so. NBA Straya Sports Australian bands. And that's it. What a week. Oh, God. Survived it, though. So TGIF, am I right? Hate to be a tune in just a little while. So we will catch you on Monday, you dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? Giddy up! And later, Hosanna!